was going to say they've only played it once this year. It is a map that Fnatic hates. Previous to that, 2022 in VCT is not something that we see a lot from PRX though. This is the first map that they played in this competition and a 13-1 win for them against Heretics. So it's very smart for them to be picking this map as their third one. And Alpha, are you going to do that? He used to play the Neon on this map. We haven't seen it a lot, but with this double duelist approach from Fnatic, I'm liking it.
And this is basically the comp that we saw T1 be very successful with when they were playing and when they went on to win Masters Bangkok. On defense, especially, those two duelists can work so well together to play into these flood retakes. It's two players that we know have been playing amazingly just as shooters this tournament. I would love to see this comp get locked for Fnatic.
Well, they're still hovering over it. They haven't made any changes as far as like selecting other options. They're using that time effectively to communicate, right? Because you know Boaster wants to make sure that he's just giving the orders to the troops, right? And it's very important to make sure that you lock this thing down.
If that was the must-win map on Icebox for Fnatic, I think this is the map that PRX needs to win. You cannot pick into your opponent's permaban and lose to them there. That sets up a very scary end to this series then for the boys from APAC.
In the words of Admiral Akbar, is it a trap? Are we in for a trap? What is going on here?
It might be, you know, you're going into the unknown. PRX knows this map very well. Going back into this double duelist that favors them so much. Now we're getting the double duelist versus double duelist, something that we will get to see in Split if we get to that final map. But I want to know how this changes the perception that PRX had. And also, 100% important, Davai having such a good series and playing on device.
All right, folks, let's get ready for map 3. Send it back over to your casters. Here's Brent and Sideshow.
So we're stepping into the unknown here as we go into Pearl. PRX, you can imagine, okay, you've got some form of an advantage where you can make Fnatic play this map, but you're also going up against a composition which you've seen before, granted, but not the way that Fnatic might play it. It's a lot of unknowns, and it's shaky territory still at 1-1 here in our grand finals.
Now, the other time that we saw PRX play on this map as well, it was a 13-1 dismissal of Team Heretics, but that was also them beginning on their attack side, which means we barely saw the defense whatsoever. So even though we know that their attack is phenomenally good, at least in the one example we saw at this tournament, we actually don't know anything about their defense. PRX might suck at defending on this map. We don't know yet. It has been a very good map for them domestically though, and so if you look back there, you shouldn't be too worried about things. And I would echo what the desk is saying. You've got to win on your opponent's permaban pick. But we have seen at tournaments in global finals before that sometimes that is easier said than done. These teams, when they have a permaban, are able to come out with a weird comp, like for example Alpha on Neon, and they're able to throw caution to the wind and play with a level of recklessness that you wouldn't expect sometimes. If Fnatic had any map that they just decided to send it on, it would be here on Pearl. And it puts all the pressure right back on PRX after they just lost in OT.
Seeing Fnatic on that attack side here as we step into Pearl. Big group up early on. We can see it up here on the casting desk, but potential for some early fights occurring out towards B.
Map 3, where things really start to heat up in a BO5 grand final here. Something and Divide looking down B long, wondering if they want to take contact early. PRX trying to fight over both edges of the map. And now spreading back out again to make sure they collect any timings like this that have gone missing. But exactly as Chronicle and Boaster go to take some art control, Jing was backing up.
Posted now. Oh my goodness. Forsaken, not to be outdone. First kill immediately evened out from Fnatic side of things here. But that Sheriff, yeah, short work is made to the opposition. Fnatic now leaving the map into partitions, and they're not going to be denied this plant. Divide would have to go absolutely crazy.
Spike planted.
Chronicle 3-piece to get things started here on Pearl.
Something we haven't discussed too much as well is how much the first kills are going the way of Fnatic. First map, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of ridiculous actually. They're getting a ton. And then it happens again. pretty much the same way. Even though the maps are close, Fnatic is dominating in the first kill department. Across these first two maps, they're up plus 14, now plus 15 after that pistol. So PRX are constantly having to battle back from being down 4v5. Now, sometimes they do get those trades instantly if they're deathballed together. But it's worth keeping in mind here.
Time to jump.
Every player apart from Boaster, very positive in the first kill department.
Oh, yeah.
And Chronicle, he had massive impact in the pistol round, and now with just the Sheriff, is able to go wandering. He's got a little more freedom.
Players are posted, getting into spot and position. They're seeing signs of life here, but immediately eviscerated. Dubai doing backflips towards the back of the site, and rifle in hand. Okay, Kayak trying to test himself a little bit. Sharp with the aim of the first shot, but step forwards. It's all anticipated and recovered when it comes to the weaponry.
Throwing down the spike as well to make sure that they prioritize Crashy's ultimate. Nope, giving it over instead to Chronicle, who's a little closer to the lockdown, which is a pretty huge tool that you can work with. Forsaken comes through. Spanks Alpha, yeah? But he's only got a Frenzy to be able to work with.
That's not much.
Would be a ridiculous 1v4. I don't think the chances are particularly high.
Unlikely.
Fnatic trying to keep it clean, putting the rifle into Chronicle's hand as well.
Forsaken's not going to be taking any peeks here, so a strong beginning. The Fnatic here on Pearl, as we said it and we set it up. Series of unknowns on either side.
Yeah, so much to wonder about. I mean, the EMEA teams in general don't really love playing on Pearl. Fnatic, no exception to that. Not a team that's had even historic success, particularly here. But also, they knew 100% that they were going to be playing it here today. So the two maps, in my opinion, if I put myself in Fnatic's coaching shoes, I'd be prepping hardest for Sunset and for Pearl.
One enemy remaining. Go, go, go.
Sunset, they put up a really good showing. There was a possibility that they could have taken that one, but this, we'll have to see. Boaster with the attack op.
Okay. Round 3.
I mean, it's not like he's never done it before, but round 3?
Yeah, bonus round. When you least expect it. Quick little glide and dash to the side. Fights to be hard. Jing, he loses his out. Instant dismissal. Alpha, you might be getting a bit overzealous there, but the stun's ricocheting. It's random spam. Over the shoulder, finding that gap. Something snaps down, and Boaster's done. Pings it out as well. I think even spotting out that they did invest into that operator.
Yeah, so they might be expecting that Fnatic will go back and try to recover that over towards B.
Where's that one going?
I mean, I don't think that Kayak's ever going to actually take that one. Certainly not with Divine watching it like a hawk.
No.
Alpha took a lot of spam when he was trying to get a little more aggressive and push his luck in A main. So it's going to be tough for him to get too much impact. This round, probably on Kayak.
The connector. Both. Okay, well, Forsaken is doing a lot of work. Deadlifting that portion of the map and taking it fully away from Fnatic. And yeah, Alpha's like, wait a second.
Go, go, go.
I mean, his job here might just be to try to collect the operator and something.
Exactly.
He's got it on lock. Dealt with Boaster early on. Closes down.
So he was aware of it even. We just saw there, obtained the upgrade of himself. So there's going to be a defensive operator now to worry about if you are Fnatic.
And I think they might have just given a really lovely gift over to the defenders. It's a questionable decision, I think, from Boaster. Especially the way that he was trying to get set up with the op. So now in this round, Alpha, the player with some of the sharpest aim in the entire server, is going to bring a judge out.
Well, we'll see what he can do with it. Get up into their faces perhaps already, and he's going to look to do that over the Wanted! Nasty stuff from Forsaken! Takes control of the rifle in his hands. That's a hard target to hit.
And Alpha, denied immediately. Maybe trying to push his luck a little. Not a duelist that he's super familiar with.
Bits and pieces of util now. I mean, it's going to be held into the hands of these Fnatic players, looking to see if they can take a bit of mid-control. Clone. Sure. Oh, they're stuck onto the corner. It doesn't even trigger the wall. The season and aid. Hold on! These combinations are cooking! That's a foul concoction if you are Fnatic. You're gonna need those heroics! But it's all watch. Crashies in a 1v5.
That's a beautiful round put together from PRX. It really is. And a wallbang even all the way through mid, putting a little bit of damage on the Crashies.
30 seconds
The
left.
combo of the Seize nade into the pull and into the swing just destroys Fnatic, but they'd already been set up. A couple of weird moments here. I mean, Kayak's teleport all the way down into Flowers was a bit of an unusual one. And then his clone getting stuck, failing to trigger out the wall. You can definitely see, I think, that Fnatic are less comfortable.
Yep.
The details are not perfect here.
Throw going amiss. That's ridiculous. Okay.
The slide is really late, though. I mean, he's jumping through and trying to slide. And that's a silly way of ending.
A load of surprises.
Another little evil chuckle there from Batman.
Yeah.
And now Fnatic's economy, not in a good spot. They forced up in the previous one, like I said, with that judge. And something is just sitting pretty on the other side of the map with Boaster's operator.
Still in his hand, still watching that deep B line. Makes the guessing game a little bit easier and a lot of stall util.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up landing kills here,
All the way up.
Fnatic are going to be feeling really bad about the fact that such a valuable asset has gone into the hands of
Time
PRX.
to jump.
It's like Mini in weapon form.
Something's really trying to min-max these timings, I think. The gate crash, backs himself out here. Gonna be hearing that drone, just trying to avoid it. Ducking, juking, but now, okay, recall start. Discipline is gonna be there from Fnatic. Do you expect something to be here? That's the question.
It's a great flash.
Took to the side here, just stepping up, and wow, okay.
Better shot.
That's overkill. Head's gonna be rolling straight off the shoulders there.
Alpha does have his ult to be able to work with, but
Flash
maybe Alpha's job here is just going to be to try to run a fake and pull eyes towards B. You see Chronicle inserted over towards A, as the rest of the team tries to go back over towards and connect with this guy.
Chronicle's got to get some damage done too. Anything to crack this one open. Contact plays for now. Being peeked out to Divide. Just there's the Thorns. Down below it, it's going to be swinging wide. That flash was a good connection. Forsaken already ready to supplement. Deep Dart dealt with. Almost lining themselves up for it. It is precise from PRX. Surgical almost, and it leaves it into Alpha's hands. Too much for him to do.
Very comfortable there anchoring from Divide. Super comfortable in that kind of spot. Showing you exactly how to play around it. The flash, the Thorns.
Good hit.
And he's got a perfect idea of where the player's going to be positioned. Chronicle core.
Shame. One enemy.
But now the rifles are back for Fnatic. Couple of rounds of low recon, and now Alpha gets a Vandal. Something still with an operator, so always that's going to be a difficult one to work around. But Alpha's got to be the player that you've got eyes on to try to crack this open. 3 players, though, from PRX on the other side.
Over the top there with a dart.
Yeah, that recon just to see if he could push away an opper that was going to be playing Pillar. This is going to be a fight, though, from PRX.
Don't choose far back here. There's going to be that flash play. It's going on either side. Fnatic. Drawing blood. Jing, he's hard committed onto the corner. Do you want to stay here? Oh, my goodness. He wants to step up to the challenge. Satchels barely there to evacuate. He's going to be taking a high ground. All perch now. Called for a wrap and rotation as the entirety of Art is given up. Fnatic have access now to this A site.
Full control, and only something here. Fnatic should be on the line before the Yoru player.
Doubled up into the back of the site here, but again, oh my goodness, it's the minor of margins. Just spotting another player, but is he expecting from behind? Now, I should say Chronicle.
I mean, the movement's amazing there from something.
Doesn't want to overstep himself. Chronicle still holding control towards the back of it. The turret was placed down. Alpha's time to shine. He's going to be the playmaker here into this spot. The clone going to be taking a bullet to the brain forward, but Fnatic putting that crunch on them. They drag it here, 3-3.
And finally recover Boaster's operator.
Remember, bullets hurt.
3-3, big round from Fnatic. I've got a question about what the hell went wrong with that PRX fight over towards B long. Before even this began, I think there was a team flash that came out.
They might have shot a clone, I don't know.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But everybody really heavily blinded up there from PRX.
Yeah.
Just as they went to try to trigger the play.
Frustration on the face of something.
Go, go, go!
Op v Op. It's actually Alpha, yeah, who's going to be running it this time as they try to take space towards B. Crashies is hearing this. Something with the peek. Punished.
Insanely brave. And Crashies does punish.
It's about as deep as you can get in the first 10 seconds over towards A main. A ridiculous angle for something to be fighting towards. He was hoping it would be unexpected, but can't quite hit the flick. And now in a 4v5, once again, by the way, Fnatic getting the opening pick. PRX are going to be incentivized to go for some kind of info peek play around the map. That's where Alpha's op could end up working its magic.
Flash got acknowledgement.
Yeah, you don't need to go for the active info just yet.
You should run.
You can feel it here with a lockdown. Drop down and defeat a Fnatic. You want to clear this one out cleanly. All up. I'm trying to take this space. Pulled out a lot of util in the process, and you have to respect it.
There.
Alpha throwing the operator over to Crashies as well, who can just play post-plant with that weapon and his Hunter's Fury.
He's incredibly pushed forwards here, but okay, just spotted out there with the info. Shorty of his own, Hunter's Fury! Hold on, ton of connections. Crashies looking for a little bit more, but just a one tag. Lights up a few of them. Showstopper! He's going to be committed. And Alpha trying to hold his ground down, but like a rocket again, Jing, this time. Unable to get that value he's done prior. Weapons taken away with a Steel Garden. Divide looking to try and reclaim some of that space. Boaster not removed. Kayaks from behind. Full control. Containment is ordered, and Fnatic have got it all under lock.
Divide towards the end. Caught in a mess of smokes and ults. Couldn't figure out how to navigate a tricky situation. I think they needed Jing to be able to pick up that kill in back halls. But the Duelist taking some wild fights. Alpha deep pushed up as well, just trying to play off the back of Crashies' ultimate. Fnatic, honestly, look like they've got some nice game plans on their attack side.
3 of them. I had 3 of them with my ult.
They're definitely in control.
And like you said, Bren, there was a huge connection with Crashies' ultimate the first time he ripped it. Got 3 players down to 70 health. That definitely helped Alpha. But yeah, let's return back to the game plan from Fnatic then. It's that same slow-paced style on their attack side that they've been playing all tournament, and PRX are getting baited into going for these fights. And that's then allowing Fnatic to go for pretty simple execs and get the plant down. And the one thing that Fnatic's been amazing at all tournament long, really entirety of this team, has been post-plants. They've been winning 82% of their post-plants in this tournament. If you're PRX, you cannot allow them to get that spike down. But that also does mean fighting, and Fnatic are ready and waiting for it.
PRX can feel this map potentially slipping out of their grasp. Has been back and forth, to be sure, but Fnatic are stringing together these rounds nicely at this point.
And this next one could be massively important, because you look at Forsaken, Devi, Something's operator, they wouldn't have any of those weapons back online.
Money again, Deep Horn. I'm going to break this one. Alpha looking to get posted. It's him versus something. Oh my goodness, that's immediately. The clone going to be taking that bullet for him.
And Alpha instantly gets on the line. Doesn't see a re-peek though, and Boaster's calling for this regroup on A. Jing, danger player, tucked. Forsaken playing a bait and switch.
I think no though. This A main control is going to be lost to them prior. There might be a timing thrown forwards. Jing just swinging out wide. It's all anticipated. With open arms, Alpha is turning you into mincemeat.
That's a crazy play from Kayak, and Alpha's there again.
He's just playing his team in perfectly. Put your body on the line, because at this point, what could stop him? 4 kills, ace online. The crowd wants it. They're cheering, and Alpha plucked out of the sky.
4 HP between him and a sick clip. but I don't think Divi's going to be able to keep this up. Alpha has done way too much, and Chronicle cleans up the dregs. That round demonstrates not only the incredible awareness they have of PRX, knowing that Jing is going to be playing that position, or at least a serious threat of it. Alpha's attack up gets value, but then the killer instinct afterwards to dismantle the play and push forwards into an Astra that's way too far out of position. Alpha continues to get further and further ahead, I think, in the MVP race.
12 and 6. Shutting it all down for PRX. I'm going to bring this one back here. It's aggression, a staple of this team. Now through mid. Giving up on it.
Boaster, I think, just calling to try to keep some of these anti-ecos pretty simple. You know that teams are going to try to fight over towards mid, so they've got Chronicle watching that. You just have Crashies feeding you info on the other side, and then you try to end B. That's a lot of damage through onto Chronicle, though.
One of bodies, Forsaken. Creeps ever closer, TP into spawn. I think that might have been heard. Forsaken, cross-up placement, trying to land those shots. Good awareness from Kayak. Spam straight through the wall, sent flying towards them. Hello, it's a lot of damage on the Chronicle. Could have been a kill. Nana Swarm's committed. Anything to clear these players out up through the top section of B. This is Manic, this is Chaos. PRX trying to take the fight straight to them. They don't care about the battle lines that are drawn out normally.
Man, he could be a difference maker. Why are they not thinking there could be anyone on A?
Full knives out, and they've opened up a bit of a mistake here. As you mentioned, Patman upgrade. Acquire with a rifle.
A Boaster is stuck.
They're split up.
Boaster has the spike, 25 seconds, creeping around behind Patman.
Nightfall committed, Crashies push forward as a result of it. No one really ready for this one, but it's brought it into that 2v2 Fnatic. Trying to get a move on Crashies now. Roles reversed, he's the one putting the pressure in the squeeze onto Patman. And he's earned his team a lifeline.
10 seconds left.
Great read as well. Devi, though, somehow manages to time that recon, but Crashies is aware.
Tagged up just by the drone, Fnatic. Put them into a post plant and they will thrive.
Yeah, Boaster just got escorted the entire way through. Turned into the VIP, and Crashies, the bouncer, kept everyone off him.
There's a pull for the first time. To be used now. Devi, one hell of a clutch is required. And none of the space to do it. Shock darts flying, Crashies just playing his life perfectly. Impeccable work. Impeccable work indeed, Fnatic.
That is a sick round from Crashies. He's asked to do way too much in that situation. Alpha gets caught on the B re-clear, and Crashies has to push forward, dodge a fade ult, get a kill, come back, defend Boaster as he gets the spike plant down. This fight against Patman, Boaster could have tried to run through, but Boaster wanted to make sure he didn't drop the spike.
You know how did you get 2 kills? Because I chilled. I kissed your hand.
Something's brought the op out again. Fnatic have been really good at navigating these kind of positions. Alpha takes a ton of damage early, though.
It's a bit of spam through the wall. Dart overhead. Clone not broken either.
The utility's been really strong, though, at stopping something from being able to go up for these peaks.
Patman, that's brave. He's doing that solo.
A lot of the defense for PRX is solo, actually.
Yeah. Trust in the raw aim and mechanics to carry them through. And okay, Chronicle going peeking Jing with the swing.
That's nice support. Now something's going to take a risk and go for a peek into Kayak at B. Fnatic bait out the wall. Devi gets a little bit of info. And this fight... Sorry, I said peek into Kayak. It's Alpha.
Time to jump.
Alpha and something kind of staring at each other through walls. And Boaster's making the call to come back in this direction. They might not know that something's on the line.
Here.
Oh, he spotted him.
Oh, the ping's out. Deep position and target acquired. Alpha gone. Call for a pivot now by Fnatic. That was the backup policy. With Alpha gone, you've got to try and set your sights in a different direction. 30 seconds left. Where are you going, Patman? Taking a peek. That is uncalled for. Looking for some information. Fnatic only just taking that timing now, but with 20 seconds stalled out by the Thorns, and you've got to get a move on. Sidestepping through, brought down to the brink. Weakened, damaged as anything, and a flash and a repeat! Devi delivers!
My ultimate's ready.
They clean up that 5v3, never in danger when devising an anchor spot. He does look so comfortable dealing with Fnatic when they actually finish on his side. The issue, I think, for PRX has been that sometimes they put themselves in too difficult positions. But this time, player advantage, and Fnatic are trying to head into a site with time not on their side. Something keeps the operator over towards B. He's been very stubborn with this placement. Fnatic have been mostly working around him pretty well. Last time he caught Alpha, yeah, he's going for it again.
Past it. More players though waiting to cross. Fnatic to clone, taking the bullet. Alpha with the peek, and that's swift dismissal. Okay, get out of there.
He's lucky to survive that one.
He really is.
31 HP, one more Vandal bullet. And PRX is going to try to put him on the line
again.
again.
Fight for this one. They're trying to take the pressure to them. That's a steel guard in the pocket to play in. Alpha still has his gun. Fake TPs. All that pressure is just dissuaded, diffused.
Fnatic don't really want to commit because they know that the stack is here, but they don't have another option. They don't have a lurker to go back to with info in mid or A.
Oh, a bit of spray down with the rifles. There's a gap in that smoke. Time to play with it, but that Cosmic Divide is going to be fading. It's not going their way. It's traded out. Showstopper. It's here for Jing. When the time runs short here, you could be in dire straits. Forsaken. He wants to go for a peek of his own. Flash through in his face. TP into the back of Halls. Kayak. Anything to deal with him? My God, man! Forsaken! Just takes that timing to rip them
30
to
seconds.
shreds. Patman!
He finishes what Forsaken began. Forsaken constantly the player in these unexpected positions. And again, just making Fnatic earn every moment. Constantly putting questions and challenges towards Fnatic.
Down B.
And often finding gaps
30
that he can
seconds.
exploit. A lovely risk. Exactly at the right time. And PRX bring things up with an opportunity to get it level at the half. Jing's very fast with a haunt up towards B, but Fnatic don't know too much about that. They're on the exact opposite side, facing Devi. And Devi has been excellent anchoring A.
Runs forward, dimensional drift. Extra info gathered, and a peek from Devi. Forcing the ult out into the hands of Alpha. Good tracking. Locks onto it, something. What the hell are you playing at? Alpha is taking over.
What is going on with PRX? I mean, I know they want to play that aggressively. Here's Forsaken again, looking to try to make the play.
Hold on, he's busted up as well. Chronicle.
Spike
Bullet
down A.
to the back of the head of Forsaken. Shuts it down.
Spike planted.
Really on site now into that post once more. It's the last chance here in this first half.
It is planted as well for Secret.
It's a good setup from Fnatic. PRX trying to get a move on. Jing almost lined up for him. Just the one known, it leaves it to the rookie. He's been the glue for this team, but in a 1v2 already, players playing their lives, just spotting signs of life. Fought through. Tap, left guessing, but now spotting. Half on the defuse, might be earned. Patman holds it down, but again, just a peek and crashes. Deliver on to death.
Fnatic getting huge value out of the operator in this half. A really nice anti-strat to deal with PRX, where they go for these aggro peak timings. But I think PRX kind of lost the plot a little bit towards the end there. The ultimate from something bonkers. The swing from Devi, unusual because he was anchoring those spots passively so well. This is Fnatic's permaban map, and they are up 7-5 at the half.
You're so good, bro.
Unreal scenes from Fnatic. You're seeing smiles across the board for them. For now, though, we're going to send it down to Vansili, standing by with some of our co-streamer friends.
Thank you so much. We're hanging out here in the co-streaming booth where I'm actually joined by legendary French casters Kitty and also Renaud. Kitty, Renaud, welcome to Toronto. I just want to ask you your experience first, starting with you, Kitty. How's Toronto been for you so far?
It's very good. I love the food. And yeah, the matches have been amazing, so I really enjoy it.
And for you, Renaud?
Yeah, it's the first time in Canada for me, and Toronto is a nice city. I'm having a good time.
And the games are actually pretty awesome so far for this Grand Finals. What's your take so far between this PRX and Fnatic game?
I think PRX can take it. I thought it was hard on Icebox, but they managed to come back, and I was not expecting this, so I think PRX can take it today.
Godoy, what about you?
For the moment, everything is here. The game are tough. Fnatic is fighting back on Pearl. I didn't expect that, so it's just amazing to see that we have a very nice grand final.
Awesome. And now that I have your presence with me, is it okay if I practice my French? I'm going to start asking you a question in
Avec
French.
plaisir.
So, what do you guys think about the new map Corode? Comment trouvez-vous la nouvelle map Corode?
Je m'attendais pas du tout à ce qu'on ait autant de petits angles à check. Les bombes sites sont très surprenants et donc je m'attends juste à énormément de gunfight sur les points, les choke points. Et donc ouais, moi j'ai juste hâte de la jouer tout simplement.
That's actually pretty cool because now you're saying basically if you don't understand French, all the words were in English there. So choke points are cool, bomb sites are awesome, spike sites, there's going to be a lot of quick gunfights, so I'm looking forward to that one. What about you, Renaud?
Moi, la chose qui m'a surprise, c'est les wallbangs partout. C'est vrai que la map a l'air d'être conçue pour ça. Et j'ai hâte de voir comment les équipes vont jouer comme ça avec les Odin, les Guardians, etc.
Alors, merci beaucoup. Désolé, on n'a plus assez de temps, fait qu'on va retourner avec le match. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's get back to the game.
Let's head straight back into it. Mantley just flexing, really. And
I know.
Lorax is on board.
I mean, does the Lorax speak French? Do the trees speak French?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Maybe they do in different parts of Canada. All right, let's take a look at the Coinbase econ report. I mean, one of the players here that's up towards the top, Alpha, yeah, who had an op in his hand at various points, was getting kills with a shorty, was getting kills with his ultimate, with a Vandal. He's doing everything everywhere. And you heard it as they went into the halftime. Crashies saying, you are so good. It must be wonderful for Crashies to be on this side of it rather than the other side of it, as he was in the past playing for Optic and NRG.
Frequent. I mean, Crashies, a staple in best of fives. He's used to them.
He is. He's had the second most Grand Finals appearances out of any player in Valorant, only behind Chronicle, tied with Boaster.
Yeah, which you wouldn't expect.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Well, they got so many with the Optic NRG core, and then back here again. Incredible stuff from him.
And we go into really get this ball rolling here. 7-5, Boaster, timing taken. Hello, right click's not delivering him what he wanted. HyperX are the ones who survive, but Alpha, instant response. He does claim the life divide. Go for a swing and a peek, and that is called for. That is beautiful by Fnatic.
Oh, that's unreal.
It's poetry in motion.
The synergy there on the wide swing, and Alpha readjusting targets.
Holy.
Forsaken's been good, but he's not been able to recover situations like this, surely.
Spike down, hold on, there's damage done to Alpha at least, but from behind, Kayak just trying to remove those wing cons, and there's damage done to Forsaken. He's going to be able to have access to the spike.
There is a possibility. He'd have to get funky with a smoke, though, and somehow pick off a cheap kill on Alpha.
Not available. Dead Sit consumed is going to Bloom, Blossom, partition up the site. Bit of spam from Fnatic. Hoping to catch a freebie. Second star down. Consumed again, just trying to cut up the sight lines onto this one. Chronogodo peeks it, and Alpha takes it.
As if Alpha needed more. They feed the beast.
Spike's dead. Go, go, go!
That showcases synergy as well from a duo that have not been having like too much experience in these kind of roles, you know. You've got Alpha as a hard entry here, and then playing Crashies in. Crashies still somewhat new to the team, and Alpha doesn't play a lot of the hard entry like this, but that's masterful stuff.
Your comms are insane, your aim is insane, you're insane.
And Crashies is loving his time with this team.
Yeah.
He's talked so much about how good the vibes are and surrounded by incredible talent.
They're in full control of this map.
Which is mad to say. It truly is.
Done. Forwards again, forcing the issue. Boaster from behind. Quick work there with a stinger.
Getting funky with it.
Yeah. One forwards will not help you much at all. The fight is immediately gone, and this is just complete control, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fnatic gliding, sliding forward, trying to set up Chronicle for the goods, and Boaster right there to claim it.
really aggro, following in behind Alpha's timings. Boaster there, disrespecting the smoke as well. Look at him, running inside of it with a nano, knowing that he's going to catch the timing on the PRX players.
One enemy remaining.
And when this is your permaban, like Fnatic, there's no way of PRX knowing what's coming for them. You can afford to do silly things, one-and-done things, because it only has to work once.
Oh, yeah.
You only have to win one time on Pearl. Fnatic don't have to be an amazing Pearl team, they just have to win once. Right here.
That puts all the pressure on the PRX. Not that it's not there already, but 4-round lead for Fnatic.
And I don't think PRX can afford to lose this one. I mean the round and the map.
Tuck to the side, that's something. It's a deep TP. Claims the life of Kayak. Moving forwards though, drifting to the side. Boaster looking to see if he can stay alive. Alpha! Deep dash forwards, and now you're seeing signs potentially that things are going a little bit skew with, not quite as practiced.
I mean, having said that though, Brent, they're still in a 2v3 here, Fnatic. There's still a lot of danger. Especially when it's Chronicle, Crashies, both really good in a clutch. PRX should be able to close this out, but they also need to close this out.
Both Fnatic players in the same position, waiting for the dart timing. Thorns, deaded. Dart to back Halls. Halls going to be used as a response for it, and there it is.
Good flash timing too from Divide. Completely catches Chronicle. And 3 rifles saved. Bunch of armor as well. That's going to keep PRX in this one. Very aggressive on the peak from something. And Jing ready for that re-clear. Alpha has gone for it quite a few times now on defense. All 3 rounds, we've seen him slide in, trying to play somebody else in around mid. And this time, Jing wise to it. And look, the eco's a little wonky here for Fnatic again. Alpha with a judge. I do like this play. Seen PRX go for this before. Recall smokes, horn, flash. Allows Jing to get set up. Very difficult to contest A main against that kind of pressure. And then PRX, they threaten that they could have left somebody inserted. And they're going to go back to contest Kayak. And they're probably going to find this timing just as the gate crash starts to expire.
Yeah, puts pressure on the Kayak. Either take it or you renew another one. Spots the body.
Yeah, look, just as he has to throw out another gate crash.
Flash overhead. Layers down his retreat a little bit better. You're going to see another flash. Spawning bodies and looking to contest and contain. PRX though. Get out scot-free. Now you're seeing it. Cosmic Divide is going to be splitting up that site. Already a fast blood attempt is going to be called for. Alpha is in your face for Judge. And my God, man, he's caught out into the open still. Kayak looking to see if he can help them out. PRX. They obliterate them though. Util and Chronicle was looking to just contain up through mid. Not for much longer. Crashies. We'll have to concede this space.
And almost certainly concede the round. I mean, one of the weird things here is that Crashies, I'm sure he'd like to try to go for it, but the economy is still not in a great spot for Fnatic. Didn't manage to win the bonus, and then had a judge to work with here, and
okay,
it's a great shot onto Forsaken, and nobody else really trying to hunt him down. So Crashies is going to be able to escape with this one with the rifle in hand. I don't think Fnatic looked that great when Alpha doesn't have a rifle or an op to play with. I've not really liked the way that he's been trying to play with the judge. Now in this round, something also hit a great teleport towards backside, and it just put Alpha in an impossible situation. But both times that they've tried to play with that lighter weaponry, it hasn't worked out. And PRX crawling back into this one. 2 rounds the gap. Every map has been on a nice edge so far in this game. That's what you expect with 2 great teams. 2 teams that have placed deep at tournaments many times before.
Looking to drag it out a little bit further. PRX only trailing by the 2. Fnatic with a heavy group up, their money taking a tumble just as stated there by last round.
This is a spot where Boaster might try to catch a teleport from something. They are ready to fight them on B.
Warning shot from the judge from Jing, looking to see if they can Claims some of that space, but it's a wall up and over towards the top, and it kind of reveals the hand. Fnatic is stacking this.
Yeah, a little early from Alpha there. He thought that PRX were going to be committed really fast, really heavy. Instead, jumped the gun a little. The spike's making its way over towards A, but I think that's just so that Pac-Man can fake like there's a little bit of pressure there, because all of these players are still set up for a B re-hit.
Still danger lurking. On every corner, Kayak ready to try and respond. He has that rifle. Down towards it, flash in your face though. A lot of pressure in through mid. It's definitely split up a lot of the bodies, but 3 still left to stand from Fnatic. Looking to try and put stop to this approach. Push coming through though. PRX not pushed back. It's a haunt. The double jump in. Jing! Goodness me! Absolutely filthy work. Rolls out the red carpet for the rest of the team to follow up on, and crashes with just the Sheriff. It's a nice shot to open, but PRX now just trailing by 1.
Really good utility pressure. C's came through into back halls, caught onto Boaster, and then there was a stun afterwards as well. So this, it may have looked like it was a Judge versus a Bucky, but the stun was just wearing off there on Boaster. They couldn't really get into a position and fire off that Bucky shot in time. This is what we saw, if you think all the way back really early on in the tournament. PRX played against Heretics. They won on this map 13-1, and a lot of it was based on that double duelist diving into the back of B site. It's really tough to deal with. You have a teleport that can go almost anywhere, front or back, towards halls. And then Jing's pathing can be anywhere as well. He could go with something, he could go the opposite side of something, he could go to heaven if he wanted. It is so tough as a side anchor to try to figure out what the pathing is going to look like from these double duelist dives. And then you have great util coming in from Forsaken and Pac-Man. Fnatic are losing their control on this map. It definitely looked like they were set up pretty after winning the second pistol. But now, you might be seeing the difference between a team that's got some real depth in the strategy and depth in terms of scrim experience, match experience, and a team just kind of trying to wing it.
Yeah. Tale of two halves. PRX really feeling like they are in control of this one, even though they are trailing by the 1. Fnatic scramble together a bit of a buy here with the money. Operator in the hands of Alpha. Far back position though. This dimensional drift is going to be increasing the pace. PRX will take it towards them. Fnatic just exit straight out of there. Something. You want to go for this one? Surely not! Oh my goodness!
These ults have been criminal.
And a Nightfall on top. Look at the late claim towards the back of the side. Pac-Man is alone, by the way, and he's going for that peak. Swing anticipated. Hunter's Fury. Back pocket of crashes. The plant is down. He's done damage.
A major opportunity for Fnatic here. Back in. Jing, though. Judge. Oh, shut down before he could even see a glimmer of a Fnatic player.
It's a complete denial of space. Fnatic now methodical, surgical, picking apart the players and picking apart the site. Divide. Been playing well, but not this well. Cosmic Divide in your face, you have to give it up. Fnatic now. What a response on the backside of that timeout.
It is a big round for Fnatic to be able to get, but I think you can't watch that and not have questions about the way that something plays this. He comes dry out of his ult, no utility used, and just tries to catch Boaster while he's throwing down utility. I mean, that's got Alex furious. Yeah. The information that he gathered was good as well. If he'd been able to bail, they probably still have full control of the A site. Can't be making mistakes like that.
Kayak. The operator flash in your face though. Let's get away from that spot. Even go for the repeat. It's a flash. Adjustment. Tries to snap to it. No body's there, but no kill claim. Jing now with that showstopper. He's looking to try and open this one up. Pacey. Pacey indeed. Monster needs to get a hold of this one here, but here it is. Different direction, and Jing. No dice. Can't claim it. Kayak from under. Something's been dropped. Divide just trying to take a lot of this space. Boaster, no more bullets to really make a stand against it, but that stun rattles, and it connects. Shorty, both bullets gone. PRX are the ones in control.
Spike not planted. Chronicle and Kayak still with a small opportunity of intercepting somebody before they get there.
Seeing it, waiting for that util to come back online. Kayak trying to play the luck of the draw with a shot like that. Already backing away for the save. Fnatic gonna give this one up, and PRX are now one step closer to trying to draw it level.
I think Boaster needs more assistance anchoring in back halls there, whether it's from his own utility or whether they can get Kayak deeper into that spot with a teleport out.
Finished. My ultimate is ready.
Boaster just looks so overwhelmed in those kind of positions because, again, like I said, it's super difficult to tell what the pathing is going to be like for PRX. They explode onto the site and they can go from left or right side into back halls. Chronicle, though, with a lockdown, maybe Fnatic will be incentivized to play a bit more of a retake style on B. Kayak took so much damage from that, but did manage to get a freebie. Boaster, though, like I said there, is just under enormous amounts of pressure. I do think he needs somebody else to try to alleviate that to some degree. This time, Alpha is going to choose a different op position, taking it instead of Kayak as well. So bait and switch setup over towards B. If PRX want to end there, they're going to have to go through Kayak and still think about Alpha playing the Neon off.
Chronicle is going to be feeling that heat. What a flash and what a find. He was the player with a lockdown. Alpha. That operator, he wants to get reposted.
PRX really do cook with these flashes through smokes to set up Jing. They've got so many of them. It's something that he's amazing at.
Crash, he's desperate for that info, just spots it. Overstays it, but still gets out.
Spots a lot, but is worried about Art.
I was going to hear about it. The rumble here. Thinks he's being squeezed, going to be playing it close. Tug, we've seen his angle, get value. Stuns forward, Fnatic have responded. Players are waiting for it, and Crashes could be that playmaker! Time to deliver it. Just the one before the trade is through. 50 seconds left. PRX moving forwards now, seeking to try and at least split up this side. Plant down, committed.
Something relocates. Boaster moves forwards. Smoke, though, kind of cuts his options.
Yeah, that's crossfire setup still. PRX have options in this spot. A bit of spam for Forsaken! What a swing! Alpha's gone, head clean off Boaster. Let's see if he can do a lot here. Him and Kayak against the world. Flash forwards, good connection. Operator picked up. Still with that util though. Patman, not to be removed, not to be outdone. And he's locking this one down for PRX to bring it level.
PRX need a little bit more of that, relying on that extra experience they have on Pearl. Look at that flash. Beautiful setup. They've got a couple of those over towards A main, and there's one through mid. Crashies did the best he possibly could from that fresh position. But the rest of Fnatic gone with quite the same kind of protocols as they hold angles for each other, looking to retake. Their retakes look really clean on the rest of the maps in the pool, but here, a little more unpracticed. And PRX rely on that, lean on that, and force Fnatic into a timeout. They also force the economy down the drain. It's a tough one. Nobody expected Fnatic to really be able to put up a fight here on Pearl. It's their permaban. The Alpha Neon tearing people apart, honestly. But PRX, the more we go, the deeper we get on this map, the more we're starting to see them pull out into the lead. And it's a good job, because we were talking about must-win maps. And Fnatic on Icebox, this one, the Des was talking about it, it is a must-win for PRX. They've been in these kind of situations so often when they're in a big final and something goes wrong. They can't quite get it over the line. The must-wins become could-haves and should-haves. This one cannot slip out of their grasp. You never know how many more chances you're going to get. They've already had so many.
Time to jump.
Up to PRX to make their own destiny at this point. 10-10. The money is knocked down for Fnatic.
Trying to put Alpha in a position where he can take a fight and still have some level of backup. And Alpha, he does have the hot hand.
Jing's going to be looking to rain down some destruction. There's a full group up. PRX, they're going to be committing to this. Flash through, Boombot's there. Satchel's in the back pocket.
This star on site could be pivotal for Boaster to be able to play around if he can get inside it and dominate it.
They're already in. And Kayak is no more. Deep flank position. Fnatic need to get some value with this one, but a stun. It's not quite ricocheting, not quite landing. Forsaken under that pressure, but already his team going to be backing him up, helping him out. Something
One enemy
lighting
remaining.
the world on fire.
And another clean B execute for PRX.
Crashes can't even get it done.
4K for something as well. That'll be a confidence booster. Almost gets another Yoru ult online. Should be huge. And his execution of it's been a little bit wobbly, but you always want that tool to be able to use it if you can. And the variation in terms of how they're pathing he and Jing is putting the squeeze on Fnatic's brains. They need a timeout, and they've just used one.
You know what I want?
Forsaken.
Yeah, getting flustered in a moment, I think. Forgot to buy armor.
Yeah, no armor whatsoever.
It's PRX up to 11, though. It's up to Fnatic to see if they can answer back. Stop the tide. Kayak.
Here.
Left guessing.
He's thinking about it. He's pinging it out so that Alpha can watch it. Try to put a little bit of spam. Recon confirms.
Oh, and there's the damage.
That's really nice from Fnatic. Very good awareness, great comms from Kayak. And it's been the B execs really that have been the problem for Fnatic. This hold on A looks pretty good.
Forwards again. Sees just about dodge. Jing's in your face though, and what the hell do you do about that? With the judge in hand, here with the footsteps. My God, man! From that kind of range, he's getting away with murder. PRX are all over this one now. That nade rebounding. It's a pick your poison situation. Crashes. He's barely there. Tucked down. Slim pickings with the help, but Fnatic are grouped up. Down overhead. Spam avoided. Goes both ways though, and Divide! Lighting them all up. Back at the side, Kayak would love to save this gun, but that is a luxury he will not get.
Jing provides more of that magic that PRX are looking for. His entries early in the tournament were unstoppable, and here's an example why. The movement is so tough to hit. Look at him bunny hopping in through here, halting his momentum in midair as well. And then goes for the push onto Chronicle, anticipating that Chronicle was going to be backing up. There's a prime example of how you use the judge on the attack side. And things were tense earlier on for PRX, but now it's all smiles.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Round's flipped here, Dimensional Drift spots out Alpha, and he feels the need to try and step up and take that challenge. Ult expended. Potential silver lining, but PRX can feel it, they can taste it. Chronicle levels it out. And in through the back of the site, Jing already has that space. Batman slinking around on the side here, full plan, committed. PRX have it. In through the back of the site with a flash and a swing, and nade. They try and delay. But a lockdown used, and a Dimensional Drift with it. Fnatic are in as best a position as they've ever been. Crashes is on that cleanup. Everybody trying to exit out of the vicinity. Could even get a little bit more. Patman, damage done. The rifle rings out anyway. Something straight back in, and a nightfall as well. This is space given up, granted, and kills collected. Fnatic are against the brink.
One enemy remaining.
And Forsaken the one to deliver it. The death blow potentially here on this map. And Forsaken drops his adversary.